Jesus, set my
Welcome to
heart.
Life and Beyond. Today I just want to talk about domestic violence, right? The reason I want to talk about that is that each time I go on YouTube to watch movies, and I watch a lot of Nigerian movies, right? So I always come across movies that have like domestic violence in some type of abuse in, right? Whether it's like family. I just want to make this video, and my voice sounds so right now. But so the name of the movie I was watching, right, is called Out of Control. You can watch the full movie on Noble TV. It's on YouTube. So basically I'm going to show you some scenes of the movie. There's a lot of scenes that were like, Sissy, when are you leaving? When are you leaving this man? But like, it's always so easy to ask ourselves those questions when we are not in the person's place, right? So basically, domestic violence is just violence that you experience in like marriage or in a cohabitation situation. It can also be called intimate partner violence, right? And you may ask yourself, why is this random girl that talks about medicine, that talks about just other life issues, specifically talking about that? I was a gender-based violence nurse. Actually, I worked in a gender-based violence center. So I do believe that I can talk about this, right? So the movie is about a woman, right? She's rich and she is in an abusive marriage, and the abuse doesn't only extend to physical abuse, as many think that is the worst kind of abuse. Like, he insulted you but he didn't hit you, he pushed you but he didn't actually hit you. That there's verbal abuse, there is emotional abuse, there's manipulation in those categories, there's gaslighting, there is intimidation, there's use of fear, there is extortion. All those things can be defined as abuse.
Do you live with us?
I don't have to live with the both of you to know everything.
Oh, so since you know everything, you should advise your brother to be a better man, a better husband.
You should be a better woman. Change.
How am I supposed to be the one to change when your brother is the sensitive and abusive one?
Well, I'm going to ignore the insensitive parts. Brother is abusive towards you because you push him. You push him to beat you.
How on earth do I push him to beat me? How? Look, I will not let you put the blame on me, okay?
Oh, please, come off it.
So, this is just one scene, right? And I don't think we talk about it, but there is also, in a marriage, there's also abuse that is done by in-laws, right? So in the scene that I just showed you, she's trying to make her feel crazy and telling her that the reason why your marriage is going that way is because it's your fault. In the scene, the sister-in-law actually tells her that the reason why he's beating you is because you push him. And that is what a lot of people, I think I'm gonna stop using the word woman, because women are not the only ones that are being abused in their relationships or in any kind of relationships. I worked also as a psych nurse, and I can tell you that I've seen male patients that come and get admitted because of marital issues and issues that they're dealing with their wives, or what their wives are doing to them, and how the relationship is, or the marriage. So there are a lot of men that are actually being abused in various ways in their marriage, be it emotionally. Women that say things like, you are not a man, you are not good enough, I married you out of pity. There's just words that fall under emotional abuse. And you might think that he's a man, he can handle it, but those things work on someone's mind, especially when you're consistently hearing it. And it's actually harder for men because, I mean, to go to the police station and, for example, tell them that I want to open a case because my wife slapped me. A lot of men actually do that, right? Because the woman ends up saying that if you go to the police, I'm going to tell them that you are hitting me. And who do you think that they're going to believe? So sometimes they just have to do that so that they can actually protect themselves. And they can also get like protection orders, which is like a letter that tells someone that you cannot come close to this person. You're not allowed to be seen around this person's place, or it's actually restricting your interaction with that person in a way. I hope I'm getting this right. That happens to a lot of abuse victims, where your in-laws actually, when you open up to them and you tell them about what your partner is doing, they basically say that, but you must be doing something wrong. Like, that can't be right. And they expect you to, almost as if you are building a nest for this abuse. Like, you need to keep it together. You can't leave. Some in-laws would even use things like, when you had nothing, he picked you up. There's things like your mother-in-law coming and locking the kitchen. Guys, when you watch Nigerian movies, the mother-in-law comes and she's like, your food is disgusting. You don't know how to cook. You don't know how to take care of a house. You don't know how to take care of my son. And there's those...
Natasha! Natasha!
What's the problem? Why are you shouting my name?
I thought you said you didn't have any money.
Yes, I don't have money.
You're a liar. I saw you coming out of the bank.
Are you following me?
It doesn't matter. Where's the money you withdrew? Give it to me.
And what made you think I went there to withdraw money?
I saw you, okay? I saw you coming out of the supermarket and then you dropped your mother's before you went to go and share the money with your mother and your sister.
My mother and my sister have their own money. I've not seen my mother in a while, so I decided to go see her after work. I didn't want to go there empty-handed, so I went to the supermarket to buy her some provisions.
I don't care. Listen, you are going to show me your account statement now. Right now.
And why would I do that? That's not possible.
I know it. I'm bloody do it. You have money. You have money.
Yes.
Another type of abuse is also, it can also be financial abuse, which you see. I love this movie, guys. I love this movie because it doesn't just deal with physical abuse, which is what most people consider the worst kind of abuse, but it literally shows you the depth of abuse. This man controls her finances. He asks for huge sums of money, and when she doesn't give it to him, the things he does, the behavior that he shows is like, follows her, guys, to the bank. And abusers usually try to isolate you from everyone else, making you feel like you don't need them, or that they are not good for you and they are not good for your relationship or your marriage, right?
Listen to me. As long as you are married to me, do not even think of cheating on me. Do you understand me?
Derek, I am not a cheat. I won't cheat on you.
Where's your ring?
I told you I lost it. I can't
Get another one.
get the one that will get.
Was I the one that lost it for you? Get another one. And that's an order.
Scene that I've shown you. I don't even have words, guys. If you are interested, just watch the movie for the unborn child. So I also wanted us to talk about the effects of actually domestic violence. I'm just gonna focus on women because I mean the movie is about women. Different types of injuries that you can have because of domestic violence, but there is so much more psychological harm, guys. It's I won't say it's easy, but you see a wound, right? You nurse it and it heals. The physical wound heals. But the pain of that wound, the the representation or the significance of that wound as it's healed is in you, is on your soul, is on your heart. So people lose their sense of worth. They think that they are worthless. They think that I am just this person that can be abused. I can just let anyone do whatever they want to do to me. They have post-traumatic stress disorder, which is when you have so many symptoms, like you start suffering from anxiety, you have flashbacks, you have sweaty palms, you have your post-traumatic stress disorder is so complex. And I think for Africans, because we are so into the strong narrative that women are meant to be strong, women are meant to carry things, women, you are meant to get over so much. We never really try to, not never, I shouldn't use the word never, but I don't think that women are well assisted in getting the psychological help that they need, even when they leave a physical abusive or emotional abusive relationship. In one of the scenes, when the guy is threatening her, she literally says, "Do your worst." And that is one thing that also happens to abuse victims, where they literally become numb. They're like, what more can you do to me? Do your worst, do your worst. And as much as that is actually an effect of abuse, in this specific movie, I really loved how strong this woman was. And each time she would answer him, I'm like, keep quiet, it's going to hit you. Why are you answering back? Why are you, just keep quiet, just like try to maintain the peace. I know that's how I reacted when I was watching the movie, like, girl, he's gonna hit you, stop talking. And to be honest, you must ask me, why do I keep on watching these movies that really traumatized me? But I watched them. I don't know why. So she was so strong. She maintained her dignity in the whole movie. Like, she was so dignified, you know? But one important question, and I think that's what everyone asks, is why do you stay? I literally asked myself that question in this movie like 5 times. From the first time he hit her, I'm like, why are you still there? You know? So why do women stay? Why do they not leave? Guys, the mind, emotions, psychology is so complex. For you, leaving means getting up and going, just packing your bag and you are gone. But for an abused person, it's like they have to first lift themselves up. Because remember, I told you that they've lost a sense of worth, they've lost a sense of power, they've lost hope. So they actually have to lift themselves up psychologically before actually manifesting it in the physical. And once someone leaves physically, don't ever think that it was a decision that they made overnight. And actually, if you watch movies, or if you've been exposed to abuse, you will know that they go back. The first time that they leave is not the last time. They usually go back, because this abusive relationship has become their identity. It has now defined them, right? And remember that there is codependency. There is that emotional entanglement where you are so attached to this abuser, you know? There are usually things like financial reasons, like you are financially dependent on him, and you ask yourself that, what will I do if I leave? What about the children? The one thing that really, really, really gets to me is, what will people say? Guys, those same people will be crying at your funeral. Those same people will be like, but they are the same people that were telling you that you need to change, you need to fix the relationship, you are a strong woman, you need to endure it. So take the decision for yourself. This is not supposed to be a motivational video. It's not a motivational video, but so there is, I was talking about financial dependency. There is fear. A lot of those women are scared for their lives, because constant threat, constant, I'm going to kill you. A lot of women actually don't understand that there are places of safety, there are ways to do things. I remember when I was studying psychology, they taught us about a plan of escape, or a plan of getting to a place of safety. So that's where, like, you pack an important bag, like with your documents and something. You try to maybe keep it at the neighbor's place, right? And then you try to wait for the proper moment and you just leave, like end up being in denial of the whole situation. And that can be it is actually a coping mechanism where you literally shut yourself off from what is happening. You become numb. So whatever happens, you actually don't see it anymore as something that is wrong. You just deny that this is happening to me. You push it away, right? And that also comes with normalizing the behavior. Those are things that are normalized. Firstly, things that are normalized in society. Like, I was reading a Facebook post the other time where a man was like, your woman is your daughter. You discipline your woman in your house. If she doesn't behave well, the Bible says, do not spare the rod or you will spoil the child. Huh? Hey. So he was like, you must slap her from time to time just to set her straight, just to bring her back. Your woman is your partner. She's not your child. But if I have to be teaching anyone that, I don't think I would even be talking to them, because there's screws that I would need to take out and put new ones in, and I don't have time to do that. So basically, it's normalizing the behavior both from society and from the victim themselves. Like, I don't want to talk about it, guys. The other one is, I've also noticed that they hold on to past versions of their partners. So in this movie specifically, she says that she doesn't understand what happened, because when they started dating, the guy was such a sweetheart. He was the most romantic partner. He was so amazing for the first year before they got married. And when she said that, I just thought that there must have been red flags. There must have been red flags, but how will you identify red flags if you don't know them? You know, how would you know that something, little things where someone, you put something and he shouts at you? Because abuse doesn't start, they always say that abuse doesn't start with a slap, but if you look back, there is so many things that were done that was pointing towards that direction. He insults you. He tells you that you are crazy. He uses harsh words, whether he's angry or he's not angry. There's just things that shouldn't be done. It makes sense. I'm hoping it makes sense. And I just want to leave you with a question that, when do you think enough is enough? When do you think that now is the time to leave? Now is the time, like, no, now it's bad. Now I can't. Now, when in your own relationships, in your own interactions, in your friendships, in your workplace, with your colleagues, when do you think enough is enough? The disrespect is enough. The disregard is enough. The gaslighting is enough. The manipulation. Hope you enjoyed watching this video with this face, with this flu, with this new setting, with this light. Just wanted to be relevant in my video, honestly, because there was no need for it to move. But very much for watching the video, and please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share, yeah, and interact.